Turns out Hillary Clinton has been right a few times over the last, I don't know, 7, 8 years. Hillary Clinton is now getting crushed by MAGA for correctly saying the Trump cult needs some kind of deprogramming. Now, we've interviewed cult experts, cult psychologists, people who are experts in all sorts of these related areas that affect and afflict the Trump cultists. And it is true that they need to be pulled out of the cult. Hillary Clinton said it to Christiane Amanpour during an interview on CNN. MAGATs are absolutely furious. But what did she say that's wrong? Take a listen.
And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
And how do you do that? Because you said you have to defeat them by defeating their leader. Their leader is Donald Trump. Even you have said that you expect him to be the Republican nominee. How does this change at all?
At this point, I think, sadly, he will still likely be the nominee, and we have to defeat him. And we have to defeat those who are the election deniers, as we did in 2020 and 2022. And we have to, just be smarter about how we are trying to empower the right people inside the Republican Party.
Everything she's saying is absolutely correct. What is there that they are angry about? I mean, many of them welcome and celebrate being in a cult. We've done interviews at rallies where they say, we've seen Right Side Broadcasting interviews, I'm damn proud that I'm in this cult, they say. And the real conversation isn't, are they in a cult? It's how do you get them out? And we've talked about this before. It is a really tough thing to do to get cult members out of the cult because they are, by definition, brainwashed. You have to build trust with people in the cult. You have to give them a safe environment where they can question their beliefs. In the cult, it is not a safe environment for Trumpists to question their beliefs. So you have to generate that. You don't beat them over the head with facts, but you at least give them access to information. You foster open dialogue. You can talk about anything you want. It's fine. Yeah, go ahead. But you're questioning this, you're questioning, that's absolutely fine. Give them a connection to their life before the cult. Remind them what things were like. I mean, things weren't always that good before the cult, but maybe for some of them they were. Professional help is often talked about in terms of getting people out of cults. You want to avoid force of any kind, both for ethical and practical reasons. It often doesn't work. You need time and patience. It can really take a long time. And importantly, you always want to welcome them out of the cult. You want to be empathetic when they start to think about coming out of the cult. You don't want to blame. You don't want to go, hey, when someone says, I'm just not sure. I may have been misled. Of course you were misled, you moron. No, I was misled. Wow. That sounds like a tough thing to be feeling, but I'm here for you. We're here for you. You empathize and you give them a place to which they can exit the cult. This is really difficult stuff. But the bottom line is Hillary Clinton's been right a lot. Remember back in 2016 when she was also attacked for saying that about half of Trumpists are deplorable? Remember this?
Generalistic. You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
Yep. And she was lambasted for that. And she was correct. I mean, turns out she was right. About half still think Trump won an election that he lost. Half would vote for him, even if he was a convicted felon. What percentage supported what took place on January 6th? I mean, Hillary Clinton was right at the end of the day. And so we don't have an answer as to what will ultimately deprogram the Trump cult. I believe the Trump cult will eventually evaporate. It will either evaporate because Trump will no longer be around, or it'll evaporate because they will be absorbed into some other element of right-wing cult. Or it's not going to be around forever. Almost nothing is around forever. But how you get the individuals out is a really tough question. And Hillary Clinton is completely correct.